Hey, what's going on, everybody, and welcome to the Sea Stories podcast. My name is Adam Herrera, and I'm a 10-year Navy veteran. Served aboard the USS Donald Cook with my host that I have here with me. Just to introduce them really quick, we got Andy, Josh, Joe, and Drew. I think we got a full crew today.
Mm, 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 mm.
Today we're gonna do no special guest today, so we're doing let's comment on Reddit posts, see what the sailors these days are complaining about, and we'll give a little commentary of from our perspective. What are sea stories? Sea stories are exaggerated tales told amongst sailors, usually around some pints of beer. To honor that tradition, we like to tell our own sea stories over beers chosen by our guests. On this episode, Drew just threw out. He was like, "Hey, let's do some hefts." So I was like, "All right, let's do it." If you stick around till the end of the show, we will give our mini beer reviews. Once again, my name is Adam, and today I am drinking out of Seattle from Sea Pine Brewing. It's just straight up called the hefeweizen. I got the 16-ounce can, and it's 5.3 ABV, and um hefts were my first venturing outside of the Bud Lights and Budweisers and stuff like that. So there's a soft spot for hefts in my heart. What's
Mm.
going on, Andy? How have you been, and what do you got drinking for us?
I'm good, Adam. Good to be here as always. And as always, it was an adventure trying to find a beer that wasn't a fucking IPA because everything right now is literally IPAs, and then thankfully there's Oktoberfests and stuff, which is seasonal. But I feel like Hefeweizen, like Oktoberfest, all that should be more plentiful. But anyways, I found the Tucher Dunkels Hefeweizen Netherube aus Bern. It's Hefeweizen German from one of the oldest breweries in Nuremberg. So more on that later. But yeah, Josh, how are you? What you drinking, man?
Man, I'm good. I didn't do anything or get anything wild and crazy. I got something actually local here in Texas. And it's even really local. It's like 30 minutes away from here. It's the Bombshell Heffenweisen. So it's from Southern Star Brewing Company. I don't know, 5.2% alcohol by volume. We'll see how it goes. It's good. I really enjoy it. I haven't had a wheat beer or a Heffenweisen in a long time. In case our listeners don't know what Heffenweisen means, I think it's like a wheat beer, right?
Yeah,
Beer,
just a
wheat,
wheat
or
beer.
something like that. I don't know, but it's got wheat. Is the main ingredients, main grain, I guess. Anyways, all right. I know I'm introducing somebody, but I'm just not quite sure.
Whoever
I
you
think
want.
it's Joe Deasy, which is located in his underground, undisclosed location.
Mark Levine.
Right. So, Joe, what are you drinking tonight, man?
I'm drinking from Hofbrau. It's just the Hofbrau Hefeweizen. I always feel weird saying that word. Like I don't think I'm saying it almost correctly. I think I am saying it correct enough to get by,
Yeah.
like in day-to-day life.
He
But
Americanized it, you know what I mean?
Hefeweizen. Everybody, does that sound good?
Yeah,
Okay, all right. Then I don't feel quite so stupid saying it out loud. But like I said, I'm drinking the Hofbrau Hefeweizen. This one, I don't really know a whole lot about it, but this is a Munich wheat specialty. But yeah, anyway, we'll get into it. Later on. I don't want to go on too long about it. I believe that our man on the ground, Ground Zero, Florida, Hurricane. Which one is it?
Helene.
Helene.
Something like that.
Helene, our man on the ground, eye in the sky. No, on the ground, obviously. Drew, Tell us what you're drinking and how you're doing in that hurricane.
Yeah, and weather reports and what are you drinking?
Cool. So yeah, I am in
Sure.
Orlando, so we aren't getting like the brunt of the storm, but definitely getting some action right now. So I may just be kicked off if I do lose power. But anyway, so I am yeah, I love Hefeweizens, like a true Bavarian Hefeweizen. Love those things. So I'm glad you guys decided to go with my idea. So I'm drinking, not that you can even read this, but it's called Zittauer Burger Brow, I think. I will put that in the chat too, so you guys can see that. But this is a Hefeweizen Dunkel from Germany. And I like that on the can here, it says this is a real Saxon beer. So you know it's legit. Yeah, I'm excited. Let's go. Hopefully I don't get blown away by this hurricane.
Yeah, man. That's I love that.
Like
Glass.
that.
Is that a Krampus glass?
Yeah. Yeah, I'm drinking my Krampus Fest glass.
'Tis the season, I guess.
Yeah, it's getting there.
But yeah, like I was saying earlier, there's a soft spot for Hefs in my heart, just because like that was the first beer that I tried outside of the Budweisers, and
It seems like the Hefeweizen was really popular around early 2000s. Like there wasn't a whole lot. I mean, that's when like around like 2005, 2006, that's when kind of you could go to a bar and get something a little bit different.
yeah, a little bit different. Yeah.
And the Hefeweizen was, like what was that? Gordon Biersch. They had like, their Hefeweizen
Oh
beer.
yeah.
Like that was like a lot of people's, first, I guess, venture out into the, I get, the wild world of brewing.
Yeah.
There wasn't a whole lot of places you could go to get, a whole weird ass wall of beers.
It just pilsners and lagers.
So I mean, the Hefeweizen was major in the in the young man trying and experimenting with what his favorite beer is going to be for the rest of his life.
Let's get sophisticated. I have this German wheat beer.
Came with like a weird glass too, normally, right? Like taller glass. Like it was taller and skinnier.
Oh
it had a little more color into it, not exactly dark, but it's that cloudy color.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, man. Give me some pretzel bites and a Hefeweizen.
Yeah, that's when you started seeing, fruit in your beer instead of like limes with Coronas and stuff like that. You started seeing orange peels and shit like that.
Oh yeah.
Like a puree. Would you put a puree in like the beer I'm drinking is pretty basic Hefeweizen. I wonder if it would be good with like a little bit of jelly or something in it,
I don't know about that.
Do people do that, or are you just are you making a joke? Or
I was just making it up. I was like,
what, like a spoonful of strawberry jam?
No, strictly
It
marmalade.
could work. It could work.
Marmalade.
Get a little Smuckers.
A little dab of jam on the lip.
Yeah.
Maybe on the rim of the glass with like some cinnamon and brown sugar.
Oh yeah, there you go.
or just like a Hefeweizen with a jelly sandwich.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I could see that, I guess.
But I'm also trying to think of like a bad beverage to have with just a jelly sandwich. And I'm also trying to think of the last time I had a jelly sandwich. I'm 41 years old. Give me some jelly on there.
I like those sorry audience for getting on track, but I like those Uncrustables.
Still never
I've eaten
had
one of those
They're good
in my
things.
entire life. It was delicious, but I just never got them again.
I get them when I'm traveling and I'm living out of a hotel, and I'm not getting up extra early to eat some breakfast. I'll just buy those Uncrustables and just slam those in the morning.
You like grape or strawberry?
Oh, I hate grape. We've had this discussion on the very topic of strawberry, grape, and mixed jelly packets
True, that's right.
in the galley, and I'll fucking lose my shit every time there's only grape.
That's right. Have you tried the like chocolate ones?
What are those?
The chocolate.
Oh, Uncrustables?
Yeah,
Oh no, I didn't even know that was a thing.
yeah, they have a chocolate one. I think they have a peanut butter and honey, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh man, peanut butter and honey.
I think if they don't, they should.
Or a Nutella one. They should have that.
Yeah,
That'd be pretty
chocolate
sick.
one's pretty good.
Uh, let's get on with the show before I leave for hunger reasons.
Honey and peanut butter reasons.
We're doing a classic. Let's comment on Reddit comments episode. I went through Reddit, the subreddit Navy, and the subreddit new to the Navy as well. Pulled some comments and questions, and I just wanted to get your guys' reaction to them. I like these episodes because it's like we get to see what the sailors are complaining about these days, and how us as old vets perceive them. Andy, put a list of categories or
Yeah.
names in the chat room. Why don't you pick one for us?
I'm curious about moving day, really.
Okay. And these are just comments that I found interesting.
Because it's the Navy subreddit or whatever, is where we pulled these from, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Let me share my screen and then you could read that first comment.
Absolutely. All right. This comes from, I think, Sue's Coffee Shop, right? Yeah.
Yeah, that's what it looks
Okay.
like.
All right. My husband just got his orders after A school, and now I feel like I was given false information from his recruiter.
Jeez.
All right. This should be great.
Jeez.
So, like the title says, my husband received his orders a while back, and now he just got the paper to set up his travel to his station. His recruiter had told us prior that I would be able to go with him after school when he gets his first duty station. And now my husband is making it seem like I won't be able to come. Just a little worried because he and I are expecting our first come the beginning of next year, and I had planned on everything being settled and figured out so that way I could have a semi-easy pregnancy. I know the military is difficult when it comes to these things because my dad was Army. He was told had to talk to his sponsor to be able to figure everything out. How does he have a C school, but apparently a C school and duty station are at the same place? So does that mean I would be able to move with him, or would I have to wait till after he graduates C school? Has anyone had a situation like this? Any insight would be helpful.
So, before I get you guys' reactions, I picked this one because I want to I feel like the Navy, you get these information and also at the same time the Navy babies you. But had this person not joined the Navy or whatever, you would be out there searching apartments by yourself. You wouldn't be getting BH from your job. So you would kind of like you have to play adult at some point. And
Yeah.
despite, all these A school orders and C school orders, if you're really wanting to move in with your partner and he's doing these things, isn't there can you just make it your personal responsibility to just act like a normal human person and get those things? You know what I'm saying?
It is a wife, and I don't remember. I mean, I know we went to school with people that were married, and I'm not sure if they let you live on, a base housing while you're temporarily there for school. I think that's more reserved for people that are teaching, the faculty and the staff.
Well, if you're cool, remember all our schools were longer.
Right.
Sessions, so it was a PCS, change for us to go to C school.
Oh, okay.
A lot of the other C schools are pretty short. So you're normally out of A school, you're getting like a C school and your PCS orders. So like it said, I am going to the C school and my duty station are the same location. So perceivably you could move and then figure out housing and everything else because you're going to be stationed there ultimately, but it might be more of the provisioning of him initially getting to C school is, just for him to go there because he's not technically PCSing until he would finish C school.
Maybe he just wanted to get away from his wife. Hell, I don't know.
I don't know. Or they're not.
That's
or
what it sounds like to me.
Right?
Could be that. Could be a Brett Favre situation.
Like, honey, you can't come. Sorry. Dang.
Just to touch on what Adam was saying here. It is your personal responsibility to take care of things like your living situation, your eating situation, where your baby is going to get born or how it's going to be born. Certain things like that, are things that you need to be thinking about and taking serious. The Navy loves, the military, I think is what it is, loves to make sure that you don't have to worry about that kind of stuff so that you're only focused on one thing, and that's the destruction of terrorists or whatever the mission is. But keep in mind also, and I know like we don't do politics or anything like that, but this woman is going to go to somebody on base and it's going to be like a civilian. They're going to have like an entire building full of people whose sole purpose it is to unfuck this person's life.
Yeah,
and her life doesn't even seem like it's fucked, to be honest with you. I mean, but there's an entire, thousands
to make sure she's successful
of employees
in her endeavors
that the government has hired to make sure that you can be as stupid as you possibly can. That's what it is. And the reason that even exists is because that somebody somewhere was like, well, fuck, I don't know, I'm just from Appalachia.
Living on the streets and stuff.
I don't know what's happening. I don't know anything. I have a baby inside of me, and we've been living in a car.
Yeah.
And they're like, "Whoa, how does this happen?"
Like,
did you not know to get an apartment? So then we, hire, 100,000 people off, to come in and just, I don't know, navigate through the fucking miles of dog shit. Government fucking red tape and paperwork and shit that's set up so that these people can even have a job in the first place, so you can figure out how to fucking suck as much, possible, shit out of the military as you can. I don't know, man. It's wild the way, they set you up to like not have to worry about fucking anything, and that extends to everybody that you love. I don't know, just kind of something to think about there, an entire fucking, economy set up on just hoping that everyone's just dumb, fat, and lazy. Pretty cool, right?
Yeah. I think it's the difference between if you're gonna do a Diddy move and do it yourself.
Oh no,
too soon. Too soon.
Yeah,
You're talking about a P Diddy move. Oh, okay.
You got
You got 1,000 bottles of lube you need to move to your new duty station?
Whether you're gonna DIY the move and just take the advance or whatever money or get the reimbursement on the back end, or if you're gonna wait for like the Navy to move you essentially, which then again I think the Navy isn't gonna move you until you PCS, so it would be after C school. But I think that's kind of a little bit of what we're
imagine?
Or how about if this is so important to you, or you need to get this done, go out of do it out of pocket, just like
you'll get
a person
reimbursed.
that isn't part of the Navy would have to do this all out of the pocket, out of their paycheck.
Look, she's clear. This is like a E2, E3 kind of, couple right here that, they ain't got those kind of means in this economy. Whenever this was posted.
I'll tell you too, like,
I think recruiters just need to not bring up BH and all this other shit too.
Yeah. Find out later on. But he needs to sit her down and be like, look, honey, I understand, like, but like I got like some shit I have to do. I have to go to this fucking school. I got a C school coming up. I got to get to this ship.
You don't have a lot of free time when you're
like right now you're you're living at your mom's.
Yeah.
Be cool for just a little bit longer. I promise that this is just a transitionary thing. Like just, let me get my feet underneath me. Like I'm having a lot of shit going on. I got to go to a ship with like a bunch of people I don't know to do something I have no clue how to do.
to fight
versus
a
what I
war.
learned in school. But I mean, like, yeah, come on, dude. Like, lady, chill for a little bit. Chill for a little bit.
I think you just didn't listen to the recruiter, is what happened.
Yeah, right.
He didn't
Drew,
lie.
you
He just
got
didn't
you got
listen.
any comments?
Yeah, so I mean, I am, I was married in the
Yeah.
Navy, but I never ever got any help from the Navy to like move my wife anywhere. I think it really matters if you're moving them to like base housing. Like I think that's where like stuff like this comes up because otherwise, I just found my apartment like everyone else did, like in the real world.
Yeah.
And when we moved from Norfolk to Orlando, same thing. I didn't have the Navy helping me or fighting me
But
to live or anything.
yeah, but that's what kind of like they're relying on BH or base housing and all that stuff when if it's that important to you, you have to go out of your own way, pay it out of your own pocket, budget for that if that's what's on your mind or that
Yeah,
if that's
you're
what you
right.
find important.
Yeah.
Drew, you want to pick the next category? I updated the list in chat.
Cool. Shit, let's do PT good for me.
Okay.
Good choice.
Like I hear Transformers exploding in the background.
No, really.
Oh gosh.
Boom.
You want to read that, Drew?
Sure. Can I be recalled from leave to conduct a PRT? PRT was scheduled 1 week in advance. I was notified of PRT day before leave was approved. I did not intend on participating since I am on leave and will go on the Straggler's Day. However, LCPO is threatening to have the OIC recall me. What do? Help, please. Edit. There was no 10-week notice. CO apparently had an all hands call today. He's new, just took command not too long ago. On leave, wasn't there, obviously. Apologizing for the notice and said we have a short amount of time left in the PRT cycle, and he was under the impression that it was conducted under the last CO. That's a lot.
Mhm.
And really quick, OIC is officer in charge for you civilian types. I wanted my comments is this is what I hate about the Navy. Is that I get it that we have to be within PRT standards and for the civilian types, PRT is a physical readiness test, and we have to be within the certain standards physically in the military. Are you telling me that there's no way that this LCPO, this command, can't take a look at your sailor and be like, I know for a fact that he's physically fit. He could do the job. He's within standards, and and we granted him leave. You don't have to do the PRT. It's not going to kill anybody. It's not going to kill you. I know you. Let's
What
not
if he
do
is
this.
a-
Let's not do
what if-
this.
What if he is a fucking fat slob who purposely, I guess he says he didn't do it on purpose, but that's his side of the story. Also, but I mean, like, okay, isn't there always like not just your like command stragglers day, but isn't there like a base wide stragglers day
No.
that like anybody
Well,
can come jump into?
Well, I don't think so.
I mean,
Yeah, I don't think so.
there's got to be like a way to do that at another time. I mean, come on.
Well, see, here's the thing. Being the leading authority on the PRT instruction, because I know it inside and out from not only failing 11 in a row, but also studying it because it was supposed to be a ticket out, but that's a different story for another time. There is the PRT cycle. They have to be conducted, whatever that periodicity is. Well, it's probably 6 months because it's like twice a year, essentially. You're doing, that's how you get in the 3 Mile Club. But you can get waived if the PRT would happen during deployment and you weren't able to like move it up or back without missing that window. So that's like on the '05 cruise, I believe we only had to do the PRT if you were on, Mando, if you're on remedial, PRT. So like I had to do that PRT, I think, on the ship underway, but like if you were in good standings, you didn't have to. You were kind of waived because of operational commitments. But since he's on leave and everything, they're in Porter and an off deployment cycle. So yeah, kind of it partly runs into the previous skipper just kind of like screwed the pooch there. It's like, not my problem. I'm out of here. And the new CO, but at the same time, like, he would be able to take it on Straggler's Day, and it's just kind of basically they're trying to like get you to come back for no real good reason, just because the command, your immediate chain of command probably doesn't want to deal with worrying about who's going to Straggler's Day and everything else. So like they want to try and get everybody done so they can just have the all the results in for their division and everything coming out of this that week or whatever, look good in front of the new CO. They just want to have all their ducks in a row regardless of who it affects, just kind of like anything else. It's always
All right, two things off of that is that you're not going to convince me that this guy missing a PRT is going to be detrimental, especially if, like, say it was Drew and I was his LCPO, and be like, yeah, I'm pretty sure Drew can run a mile and a half and do 20 push-ups and 20 sit-ups.
I think
I'm pretty good. He's good for this year. Number two, I'm pretty sure the CO has more on his plate than whether or not Drew is going to be able to pass this PRT this year.
Wait, like where's like this guy's like his first class, his LPO or his his chief or something. Like where is
his chief was the one that was saying,
like, why don't they just lie
the
for him real quick? Like, hey man, shut your mouth, we'll turn these scores in, just don't say anything about not running the PRT, and it doesn't leave this room. It's me, FC1 and FCC. If the three of us don't ever bring it up again, nobody fucking knows. So, I'm not asking the captain to lie. If the captain lied, they'd probably take away your ship. I mean, I don't know. It's like loss of confidence or something. But like a fucking first class or your work center supervisor, bro, I'll take one on the chin real quick. Well, they're gonna yell at me.
But it just this is my issue with the Navy is they focus on the dumbest shit.
Yeah.
Like, you really want to pull a guy off a leave because you approved his leave shit during the PRT season.
Well, it wasn't.
Oh
even
well,
leave was
my bad.
Before the PRT was scheduled, like you said, there was no like this happened. Like, oh shit, PRT's like we're about to run out of periodicity because we were just pushing it back because of whatever else we were doing.
Now you're just creating another disgruntled sailor when you could say, "Oh, oops, we'll get you next time then."
Yeah, sounds like to me like someone is lazy, doesn't want to do like a little bit of extra work to like cover someone's ass or some shit like that, or they don't want to have to hear about it. Yeah, it just sounds like you're saying, Adam, just typical like stupid bullshit that they focus on.
At the end of the day, our recruiting numbers are down, manning numbers are down.
Because of this,
if you fail one PRT, it's not going to throw off your advancement any. So.
Yeah, skip it. Fucking take a 0.
Yeah.
Go to 6 months of remedial fucking PT.
That's all they really have to do. Literally all they have to do. Yeah, he was on watch, doing whatever. Something,
I'd be like, I dare you to send me to DRV. You fucking assholes. Joe, you want to pick the next category?
Yeah, let's go with stop skating.
If I remember it,
Tony
this
Hawk.
might be a good one. This might work you guys up.
Oh no.
Good. I'm glad it's Joe's.
Go for it, Joe. Can you see it?
Yeah, I'm sorry. COC is making my sailors make up SIQ days of no working days. Did I read that? See, okay.
Yeah, he can't read. He doesn't speak English. That's part of what has happened here.
So we work a security schedule at my command. Sorry. So we work a security schedule, and my command just came up to us and said that if we miss a work day to bring SIQ, which is sick in quarters, then we are to come in on days that we do not work. Question mark. Is this something that's allowed? In cases, this could cause people to work 4+ days of 13 hours each day.
So
So
me
this
try
guy's
to-
upset because what COC stand for again?
Chain of
in a
command.
command.
Okay, chain of command says that if you have an SIQ day, a sick in quarters day,
Yeah.
Do you
So
have to come
if
in
you
on-
miss,
You miss
you-
work.
for sick in quarters, you have to make up that sick in quarters day on one of your non-working days.
all right, serious question. How many people do you know that had multiple SIQ days? I mean, like different points of their naval career.
I could probably
It's probably
count-
a short command, I
I-
imagine.
Yeah.
Well, can you just call in and say I'm taking an SIQ day?
When
Yeah,
you're
you
on
have to go to
shore.
sick call or whatever.
Yeah, I mean, you'd be sick in your rack, like if you were underway, like you
Well,
could be
I know how it works at the school commands. You don't get SIQ. I know how it works on the ship. You don't get SIQ. That time that I took my temperature, it was like 103 or something. They were like, nah, man, you could just,
Oh, you're good.
I was on duty. I was like, dude, I'm fucking like shitting myself. Like I can't keep water in my body. Like, and they're like, no, you're fine. I'm like, I'm staying on watch, fucking dying. But like SIQ is such a
Rarity.
mythical creature.
Yeah.
Like
For
I mean,
context, I'm pretty sure this is a security detail on a shore command.
okay. Still, who's giving you permission to take an SIQ? You just it's on you. Like you just get to decide.
That's not enough information. So let's focus on the comment.
Okay, I get. Okay, the content here is that if you take an SIQ, if you have SIQ day, you need to come back and make it up.
I agree.
I mean,
Really?
somebody's
Someone's covering
their
for you.
schedule
That's-
around for you.
So yeah, that's only assumption that somebody's covering for you.
They have to. It's a
But
security detail.
If it's a security detail, I mean, there are multiple people out there, right? They can't run instead of running 3, they can't run 2
No.
people.
I mean, I don't know what the paperwork says.
That's true. But it is the
that's-
Navy, so they'd be like, "We need 3 people out there all the time. It don't matter what. 3
I mean,
people."
reference it to ship security. There's a topside rover and there's an internal rover. So there's just one of those guys, so someone's gonna have to cover you.
That's true.
Yeah.
Well,
So I mean,
guess
if, Drew takes
I agree
over,
with that statement. Then, if somebody's having to cover for you,
Yeah,
you need
someone
to
has-
make that up for that person that covered for you. I guess.
and I'm sure your security details working 3 on, 2 off.
It's 13-hour. I think if I read the information correctly, it was 4 days a week, 13-hour shifts.
Okay. So yeah, quit crying.
Yeah.
I mean, it sounds to me like people are trying to break up a fucking shitty, 13-hour a day, 4 days a week schedule and try to sneak one in there.
That's why I called it
Yeah.
"Don't Stop Skating," because to me it sounded like a
And,
scam.
I mean, you have to be really freaking sick not to be able to stand watch. Like, you have to be like profusely bleeding or have a head wound or something.
We
not
had
to
that
be
guy
able to
get bit by a
stand
brown
watch.
recluse spider. It was SIQ for like 3 days. Like that's the kind of shit they give you SIQ for.
Right.
Not diarrhea, not a headache.
You have to stand watch with diarrhea. You
How
just have
about
to at least
somebody
once.
dying
Right.
underneath of you of Crohn's disease?
Ask Steele about diarrhea.
Yeah.
Like SIQ. Okay, cool, man. Yeah.
I think what it boils down to is that you're in the military and like just fucking deal with it. 'Cause
Yeah.
what else are you gonna do? If you're in the real work like world, right? Like I imagine you have
OSHA is
to
not
wake
in
up
the
at day
Navy.
2.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's just suck it up. You're gonna have to do it. Do what your command says. Sorry. It
Yeah,
sucks.
That is
You know
true.
what?
That is true.
Especially if someone's covering for
Go
you.
talk to HR.
Yeah, go talk to
There you go.
HR.
See how that goes.
Go talk to CMC about it. He wants to hear about it, I'm sure.
Yep.
Josh, you want to pick the next one?
Well, there's so many here. Let's see here. How about forever E6? Even though I wasn't an E6 or nothing, but
Are you sure this is a long one? I'll give you another chance.
Are you questioning my? Let's see. How about what is shore duty? Have we done that one already?
No.
How about what is shore duty?
Okay. I didn't mean to call you out like that. But
It's okay.
when we were doing
Just
the all
looking out for my
hands
best interest.
when we were doing the all hands magazine episode, you're complaining about the long
Oh,
ones.
it's fine. I was just,
Did on
I
multiple-
gotta have something to
multiple
complain about.
occasions.
You know, I gotta maintain my complainingness. You
Mhm.
know, like I just was on the ship. You know, I always complained about shit. So
The grammar's
right.
terrible too on all these.
Yeah.
all right. How likely is it that how likely is it that I'll only have shore duty? Question mark. Hi everyone. I know the Navy is a seagoing service, and if I have to go, then it is what it is. But I chose AC,
Air traffic
aircraft
control.
controlman,
Yeah.
because if I can avoid going to sea duty my whole career, I wouldn't mind it. Does does anyone know the likelihood of an air traffic controlman only getting shore duty these days? Question mark. So I have a really cool story on this, but
Yeah.
to be truthful with you.
Um
So I don't, but we can wait.
Well,
well, I just want to say is that I fucking hate these posts with
Oh,
all
yeah,
my
in
heart and
general.
soul.
Yeah. Like, I joined the Navy, but do I really have to go to sea?
Oh
Like,
god, this shit.
But I'm
hurts
telling you
me
that
so
that,
fucking
that,
bad.
that is a true that can happen. I have a
yeah.
personal experience that I'd like to share with
Well,
you.
I'll let you share it, and but I just want to say on that comment is like it can happen, but if that's like
Yeah,
your
that should not be your
primary
goal.
goal,
Yeah, I mean, join the Navy, dude. Come on, man.
Get the fuck out.
Don't bank your career on like,
Go to the Air Force.
all right. Yeah.
Like if I join the Marines, they're gonna make me kill people.
Yeah, go to the fucking Air Force.
Jeez. Maybe not. I mean, you don't have to. There are other jobs, actually. Not
Oh,
every
You,
job is
you
like
want to as a Marine, right?
what's your story or
So my brother joined the Navy shortly, probably a year after I did, and he went to the what they call, I don't know if they even offer anymore, the temporary active reserves, and he was an
Yeah,
air
oh,
traffic controlman, and he never was on the. He spent 4 years in the Navy and never was on the ship.
Well, he's a reservist.
Never saw a ship. He was
Yeah.
stationed in some kind of like air base up in Pennsylvania, and spent his whole career up there playing Xbox. And he said I would play. He said I would help land a plane about once a week, probably.
Yep. Well, they have a lot of cool stories, and I can't wait to listen to their podcast.
But it's like, I mean, but there are other jobs. I think I know I remember there being a crypto chief that showed up on our boat that didn't even have his ESWAS pin. Now here me with no ESWAS pin, but do y'all remember that guy?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
So there is
Those
jobs.
people
There
that-
is jobs out there that you could get that, but man,
Who-
that's like shooting. That's like threading a thread through a needle. To guarantee that
yeah.
you're gonna get that.
Yeah, my issue isn't that there's sailors that don't go out to sea. My issue is like joining the Navy.
Thinking they can
Not
Yeah.
wanting to.
It's fucking wild. It blows my mind, and I hate to see these posts.
Yeah.
like
Make me
you
angry.
know, I always think that like maybe like some of like the personnel men and stuff kind of didn't want to be on a ship.
Well,
I kind of feel that there was dudes like that took that career route that didn't want to be on a ship. So
Mhm.
I'm sure there's other rates too. I mean, like you think that they were like, oh, you're an SK. You think they were like, oh yeah, you spent a lot of time on it. Like, there you'd be filling fucking candy machines, bro. Like, fuck, dude, it sounds like a great job, man. I can do it for fucking 20 years and never see a ship. Yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
And the next thing you know, you're stuck on the Donald Cook, never opening the ship store.
I wonder what
Fucking
the
dude.
I wonder what the seashore rotation for a lot of those people, a lot of those other rates were, as opposed to the seagoing rates. You know what I mean?
It'd be the same. The shore rotation born on your rank and stuff, but like you have to remember that the sea and shore duty kind of like commands or whatever, like those vary. So it's you could be your sea duty could be yeah, you could be on a with a squadron or whatever, but if you're with a squadron of ships that can't go on a carrier, then you're at Oceania or fucking Pensacola or whatever, 29 Palms, some shit, whatever, because that plane doesn't go out to sea. It's big ass fucking C-130 Hercules. I don't know, you know.
Andy, you want to get the next one?
Sure, let's pick a good one. All right. Well, I think we're on a bit of a trend and a tear here, so let's go pick a rate.
Oh man, pick a rate.
Okay, in this post, I do want you guys to answer the question to the best of your knowledge.
Okay. I'll read
Roger,
it.
Roger.
Let me know if you want me to go first or last. All right. This one titled Trouble Picking a Job. I plan to enlist in October. Like, in a couple days as we record this. And I'm not sure which job I want. I am between DC, Damage Controlman, AO, Aviation Ordnance, and QM, Quartermaster. Can anyone give me some suggestions? I wanted to get stationed overseas, and I heard that AOs have a better chance of getting stationed overseas. Is that true?
Aren't
You want me
gonna
to
have
go
to
first,
spend your
or
first? Aren't they? AOs are a sea going rate as well, aren't right?
well, the aviation? I mean, you could
Okay.
end up,
Yeah. So I mean, like they'll be on a carrier at some point, probably at the very
potentially,
beginning of their career. They'll go.
most
just
likely,
just for context for our civilian listeners, DC Damage Control, they're basically the firefighters on the ship.
Mhm.
As opposed to the fire controlman.
Yeah. AO Aviation Ordnance, they're the guys that load the bombs onto the fighter jets and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And quartermasters, for the most part, they
Navigate.
navigate the ships. So completely, like all three are so completely different.
Yeah, such a
How is this on your like? How'd you narrow it down to like these three rates?
Well, it's man of world of travels, I guess. I mean, so if you go QM, you're going on a ship, 100%.
Yeah.
You could end up in a ship forward deployed in the Med, in en route to Spain. You could end up on a ship forward deployed in Japan, at Yokosuka. You could end up in Hawaii, kind of overseas, but also kind of
kind of
U.S. Yeah, you could end up in Norfolk, which is probably going to happen, or San
accept
Diego.
your fate.
Yeah. But you will, at the same time, being on a ship, you're going to go overseas on deployment, and you won't be stationed there, but you pull into places a couple days. Same thing with DC. You're going to be on a ship, like most likely. I mean, I'm sure. Well, there's DC men that would be at like other bases or whatever, like base fire department, I'm sure, to some degree or something. I would think. I don't know exactly how that works, but yeah, I mean, and again, AO, you're going on a ship, most likely again, and yeah, you could end up forward deployed. It's really like, depends on what orders come up. I mean, apparently, me and previous guest on the show, Chuck Aston, hit the buddy lottery with C school orders, so anything could happen.
The way that I would answer it is like, this guy says he wouldn't mind being stationed overseas, which means you got to be comfortable with being forward deployed.
No.
Which means that if you're gonna be cool with being out to sea, I would go AO, just because the job seems semi-technical, and I think that's gonna help you after post Navy. My second out of these three jobs, I would go number two would be DC, just because I think it's gonna help you post Navy in the long run, because you're gonna get used to doing maintenance, reading SOPs, stuff that's gonna help you in the workforce post Navy.
Or
So
you
that
just
would
wanna
be
be a
my
firefighter.
that would be my 1 and 2. AO, if you're comfortable with being on deployment, since you're gonna be out to if you want to be stationed overseas, you're gonna have to be used to that forward deployment and being, the first one to call to action when shit goes down. And then number two would be DC, just to get you ready for post Navy life.
Joe, you okay? You're having a stroke or something.
I think that if I'm giving advice from a person that's already been on the ship, I'm being like, dude, if you like to fucking work your ass off, become a DC man.
Yeah.
Hands down. I mean, if you
Yeah,
want to work like a dog, become a DC man.
Those hot
Will you get a
engine
lot of job
rooms.
satisfaction? Oh yeah. Will you spend a lot of money on boots and clothes? Probably.
Same with
Um,
AO.
You know, AO might be fun. Dude, I'm thinking if you can weasel your way being a QM on like a small ship, you can kind of get away with a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
You can get away. You don't. I bet you don't have to be in a repair locker.
No, you probably will be. You're
You
officer.
think so?
Yeah.
What if you're a QM3?
Yeah, we had the
You'd be on
QM3
on the
and we
bridge.
had QM1 that made chief. And that was it. So the QMC or QM1 is going to be on the bridge during battle stations. QM3 is going to be in a repair locker.
Working part.
I
I
also
think-
probably
Like-
get to learn
like in-
celestial navigation, which would be kind of fun when I get out of the Navy.
In this stage of my life, though, like this guy isn't gonna. The chances are this guy isn't gonna make it a career out of this. So I'm looking out for his future right now.
I like what you've done. I mean, then it's a solid. To me, QM sounds like it'd be tough to transition from that skill set
Logistics.
to a decent paying job out in the real world. I don't know. I don't know how many
Unless you
places are
want to
like-
be driving tugboats and shit like that.
Logistics, you're still in like moving shit.
What
and,
if you were like
elevators having-
Brother, I
a
move
harbor
shit all
pilot
day
or
long,
something
and I
like
tell
that?
you this right now. I couldn't tell a flag from a fucking North Star.
Yeah, but
And
know
all
how
I
to,
do is
read
move
maps
freight.
and read maps.
I'm
and
the king of
charts, and that's what
logistics.
QM do.
But I mean, I don't know. I mean, I just figured that's how you could get out of doing a lot of stuff. Like, oh shit, I got stars to look at up here. While
Star maps to look at.
I can't be fucking around down here in this sweaty locker. I'm up here brushing elbows with the guys that are wearing, the nice clothes.
Easy Navy life doesn't make for easy civilian life, though. That's the way I see it.
That is a fact.
True.
You are correct,
I
sir.
mean, listen, I would go like QM. Do QM. You're going to be on a ship. You could be forward deployed, like Andy said. You're going to go overseas. Your job is going to not be as shitty. Like, more power to all the DC men. I'm not trying to like talk shit on them, but like your job was tough. It was awesome work. And like Joe said, super gratifying, badass dudes, but like, fuck, man. Don't make it harder on yourself.
How hard does a DC fireman work?
Fucking
Very
yeah.
hard.
And how hard does a DC2 work? I mean, they're still fucking busting
pretty good.
ass too, but
Depends
not
on
as
the
much as the other
platform.
guy.
And then when shit hits the fan, like those guys are
And they had to stay
They're
on that
in it.
engine.
Then they call the chief over.
Yeah, and they had a whole nother watch to stand down there, like engine room
For sure.
watch or something during when we were underway. Remember?
Oh yeah.
Or you're driving the boat. I mean, what's the cooler story? Man, I was down dressing out in firefighter's gear, or I'm driving a fucking warship.
Yeah, the ship's shooting missiles, or whatever, engaging contacts or whatever, or even just like engaging friendlies and hanging out, not even engaging in like a violent way, but engaging in a fun way with like water balloons and stuff. You still need your QM up there to be so like where were you when something happened on the ship? Like, oh shit, I was on the bridge, dude. You wouldn't have believed the shit that I saw up there. Meanwhile, the DC man's like, it was hot as
down
fuck
below the
down
water
here.
line.
But they let me take my firefighter ensemble down to the waist. So I was relaxed.
I mean, you look really cool, but still. But I do see Adam's point though. Like you can easily get a job going out
Oh
of the
yeah.
Navy as a DCman, but as a QM, I mean, you got some downtime, like study, take your fucking college classes, get your core college classes,
Yeah.
your bullshit out of the way. That's what I would do.
Drew, you want to pick the next category?
Sure.
The QM uses this. What is it? The sextant. The
Sextant, yeah.
sextant. You
Also
get to use that cool
cool.
thing.
Yeah.
Like 300 years ago, yeah.
And the historical aspect of it, I think. If
Yeah,
you're
you
gonna
use that.
stay,
maps.
Fucking
I think it really comes down to if you're going to stay in or if you want to transition to the civilian world. I think, depending on the job you want to choose, but I think QM for the historical value. If you're going to do 20
I'll-
years, we'll be a QM, man.
I was gonna make a Google Maps joke, but that just reminded me. Do you guys hear about that chief that got busted for putting Starlink?
Yeah.
Fuck yeah.
What?
The whole chief mess would contribute, and they would pay for a Starlink subscription.
Why is there an
They had
extra
like a
satellite
rogue.
dish
They
up
had
here?
like a rogue Wi-Fi. They had like
Oh,
a whole
fucking
rogue
wow.
Wi-Fi on the
Yeah.
ship.
Fucking
Yeah,
chiefs, man. They
and just lying to their command, dude. Just straight lying to them.
Well, yeah, because they're putting Starlink on the ships now. It's a whole like MWR and everything else kind of thing. Like, so you have like decent internet out at sea. Like, one of our clients is like maritime ships and and all that, and they have Starlink, satellite internet for when they're out to sea.
Hey, I'm all for
Yeah.
getting internet to these guys because fucking
Yeah.
being out
Oh,
there
yeah.
sucks. But
But
fuck
the way
these
they did it was
crooked
just
ass
shady.
chiefs, man. Just
Yeah,
Yeah, they were just shady how they did it.
God damn it. And then
I guess they were like selling like the password. Like if you paid some money, then you could get the password to the
Yeah.
Wi-Fi.
I
or
just
whatever.
hate that do as I say, not as I do fucking mentality that these guys have.
Yeah, that's the falls under the people that I want to watch burn.
Yeah.
I'm sure-
it like fucked the rest of the crew too.
Oh,
like they're
yeah.
the ones who felt the worst part of it because the Chiefs aren't going anywhere.
Yeah.
I mean, like they're Chiefs. Fuck them. What are they gonna do?
Act of Congress. Yeah.
Drew, pick the next.
Let's do beer days, man.
I was just in the mood and when I saw this post.
So anyway, here we go back on to this. So this is a picture of a dude holding like two Heinekens stacked on top of each other while clearly on the flight deck of an aircraft carrier. He's surrounded by a bunch of other sailors in various dress, like some in PT gear, some looks like in coveralls. But anyway, the caption is still one of my favorite Navy experiences. Drinking warm ass Heineken on the flight deck during the 2020 COVID cruise.
Might be the shittiest cruise ever.
Yeah.
Oof. Send me home.
Um,
That's where I try to get pregnant.
Joseph, you try to get
like
one way or the other.
I don't think I've ever had a beer on the ship, but like even like now, sometimes like I'm set with beer, and then I'll go on a work trip, and I'll travel for 2 or 3 days, and it's a super long trip, and then like that's the only thing I can think of when I get home is I just want to crush a beer, and like sometimes like if it was warm right now, I'll be like I don't care, I just need that sweet nectar. So like, and so like this post hit me in a way. I just got back from San Francisco when I pulled this picture up, and like I knew what that guy was going or thinking about at that moment.
So I know some of us. I know
Yeah,
Drew
the
and
three of us.
me and Andy.
Yeah.
I don't know if Joe was there. We got
No.
to experience that whole situation.
Explain it. Explain the
Cool.
situation. What
So
are
in
they
the
talking about?
03 cruise, we went out to sea. We got to the ship in Rota, like we talked about the other episode with Aston and everything. Then we went to Sicily, and that was as things were gearing up for Iraqi freedom. And we were told while we were in port there in Sicily, like, hey, if you need stuff, get it. We could be out to sea for a while because things are ramping up globally. Might see a beer day. Never know. Sure enough, we were at sea 69 days in a row under the helm of JJ and everything else. And, we hit day 45, which would have been our beer day. Because if you go 45 days without pulling into port, the Navy tradition is you are allotted 2 beers for your time served, so to speak. But since we were still in like our firing box for tomahawks and everything at that time, we had to wait till we were like relieved or outside of the area of operation. So as we're going back around the Saudi Peninsula, at like day 55, I think was our beer day Steel Beach picnic extravaganza.
But the beer was warm because they would stick it in like one of those fan rooms. And it
Yeah,
would just
it was-
sit in there for months. I don't even know what kind of beer it was. I don't think it was even any kind of name brand beer. It was some kind of
No,
foreign beer, wasn't it?
No, we had like Miller's and probably Heineken. There was like 2 or 3 options.
But they
Yeah,
didn't take
great, but
they
it was
didn't
like-
take any, pre measures to make sure it was cool or
Right.
No, I mean,
Well,
you know, you got to
they
think
put
if,
it in,
if everybody gets 200
trash
or
cans
everybody
or
gets
something.
2 beers and there's 350 people on board, that's 700 beers you got to keep cold.
Jeez.
yeah,
you know,
well,
like,
they could
Where
do that,
I'm
man.
on,
They keep all that food cold. They could keep
I
the
like they
beer
were cold.
Well, I
Yeah,
guess
they
I
put 'em
guess
in,
they
like,
could throw it in the
trash
you know,
cans.
like, oh shit, we're on day 43. Load those big ass refrigerators up with the cases of beer.
Let's
know,
get
All
these
the
Yeah.
food
lobster,
out. Throw all
Let's
the
let's get
food
these lobster
overboard.
tails out of here.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
The
get these
store isn't
lobster-
open for shit's sake. I
Right.
think you guys can hump a couple of cases of brewskis for the boys.
Right.
Yeah,
Um,
that was it was a good time.
Yeah.
Did
Yeah,
you
the-
guys drink more than 2 beers though?
that's the question.
Yeah.
But I remember them giving
I-
out. Didn't they give
third
out
one.
like tickets or something like that? You had to exchange the tickets for the beers because,
Right.
Yeah,
and then people were selling the tickets for like $10 or whatever.
Yeah.
You could buy another beer if you wanted
I think
to.
they were going pretty high.
Like the cost of a beer at a Dodger game high.
It was I mean they were I think they were up to like $50. Like I mean people were
Yeah.
like wanting those things. I think I feel like maybe Storin gave like me and Andy one, like each one of his or something.
Yeah, I think
I
I
ended
got
up
an extra
drinking-
ticket. And then I know because we had stuff stored under our deck plates, we also dipped into our
Yeah,
own
dude,
Right.
I remember doing that. Yeah.
Because I remember like Chief Glass and stuff. We were all like, I think we cracked open a bottle of wine while we were playing
Yep.
spades or something in season 2.
Yeah, I remember I think I had 4 beers and then like I think we dipped into like some of our stashes and I was fucking hammered.
Oh shit.
Like I went and I had to go on watch, like sitting on fucking in the goddamn console, the radar console, and I was fucking hammered. And like it was the greatest watch ever. I think I like
Right?
passed out. It was like Chief Blodgett, I'm pretty sure, was next to me, like also drunk. Like it was just like
Yeah.
it was pretty awesome.
It's a pretty chill day.
It was a great day.
Yeah,
the
it's a
beer
Steel
days
Beach
that I
picnic too,
had
so-
were they were just days of
Burgers
them
and
being
shit.
nice. I never made it to like 45 days in a row at the sea.
Yeah.
I want to say that we cut to like on the deployments that I was on, like we went to like 40.
No,
What?
not on
No,
05. No, on the 05 cruise, we like
about
I
what
think we
about
got maybe like
35?
2.5 weeks.
Dude, 69 days is so fucking long underway.
Dude,
like,
it's crazy,
so-
and
it's so crazy
you know,
to think about.
maybe people don't, like when you're sitting at home and you're thinking about like 69 days, okay, big fucking deal. They feed you and shit. Like, where there's people that don't. There are literally people on that ship that will not go and look at real sunlight.
Yeah.
Imagine,
that's
it's
their
like
fault for not doing that.
it's like
but-
lots of people work from home these days. Imagine like getting up out of your bed, going to your desk, going to get something to eat, going back to bed, never leaving your apartment for 69 days.
Yeah, I mean,
Damn.
You literally have,
it's
like,
cooler because there's
Instacarted
349
fucking
people you can talk to.
They're
But
doing the
look,
same-
looking back, like now at when we're in the Navy, all this shit's normal. But like we've been out for a while, we have our civilian lenses on. Looking back at the concept of being out to sea 45 days, you get 2 beers to drink at work? Like, how do you guys feel about that now? Is that
Still, like,
is that
not
like a
bad.
wild ass thing or?
Dude, I couldn't go 45 days without drinking a beer now these days. I'd kill somebody at work.
I think the thing I think about is like the fact that we had what 200 to 300 people on our ship.
Yeah, it was
So that at any time the ship knew that it had to
300,
have at least fucking, like Joe said, like 700 beers on board.
right.
And like it's just there. But there's just
Right. Well, it's
You know.
like, yeah, but I think we like, because, we unwrapped a lot, obviously, too, being out there. But like, once we got close, like one of those unwraps was like, there was a special pallet that had a
it
pallet
was
of
the beer pallet. Man,
Yeah.
see, that kills
I
my
never saw the beer
Yeah,
pallet.
it'd
I would
be-
totally
yeah, it'd
do
be-
that working party if there was a beer
I don't know if
pallet.
like if it was, because I remember, like, I don't remember what unwrap it was, but I feel like I know somebody made a point about it, whether it was Chief Blodgett or something, because I know he was, like, I think our ops chief out on the aft line for
hell of an
unwrapping
ops
in
chief,
charge.
Oh
too.
yeah,
right there.
the Chiefs were in charge of the beer storage.
But
Yeah,
it,
and
it'd
they
be
seem like
it'd be
lots of
cooler
us.
thinking like the supply people, like when we were getting ready to go on deployment. You're like 89 Tomahawk cruise missiles, 400,000 uh,
Chicken
pounds of-
bullets for the M16s, 700 Miller Lights.
Check. Hold on. We're missing one.
Yeah,
Damn it.
because I mean they're gonna go bad. Like, you can't just keep them rolling around, that long either.
Wonder where that tradition came from, that old school.
Well, that's like the rum tradition.
Yeah,
you know?
the days from when we used to drink rum.
I think it's kind
Joe, you want to pick the next one?
Yeah, sure. I'll hold on. Give me a second. I got to pull it up here because I haven't been keeping the chat in the window. But
I didn't update it, so don't do beer days.
Okay.
Mm.
Oh, don't worry. I'll just pick something that I know that is still on there. Don't trust anyone. Don't trust anybody. Don't trust
Sounds like
DTA. That's what I like to call it.
That's how I have it named as the file.
Ah, yeah, DTA, man. Me and
DTA.
Stone Cold go way back.
Just 1 second.
Saw one of those little videos, like, what's that sound that everybody loves? It's that chick with the Dunkin' glass, and then it cuts to the Stone Cold.
Oh yeah.
I was like,
glass.
hell yeah, dude.
All right. This is titled Should I Go Active or Reserves? Right now, I'm a nursing student. I only have 3 semesters of clinical practice and a semester of online classes. Right now, I want to join the military, but don't know if I should go active and find later on a program while being active duty, or join the reserves and finish nursing school, then go to officer school. Yeah. My recruiter told me that while being in A school, I could do my online classes since they're really easy and the duration of each class is only 2 months. Since I will take 4 classes online, my university divides it by 2. I want to join for certain reasons right now, but I don't know if I should go active or reserves. The answer is you should
Hold on.
Okay.
Because I have to tell you guys why I picked this one.
Yeah.
I got so upset at the recruiter for lying
You fucking know it.
to this young woman. Straight up lied to this young woman.
And you know what the worst thing is that
They're a used car salesman, is what they are.
God, that shit
Well,
pissed me off so bad.
there's a lot of context clues I think we're missing out on here. And it's not just the recruiter that upsets me about this. You got this chick that right now she's a nursing student. She's only got 3 semesters. She's going to be a nurse of some sort.
So 3 semesters is like
A year and a half.
year and a half, yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe she takes summer classes. She
And
should.
another semester of online classes. So 2
So a
years.
year and a
And
half to
she's-
2 years of school.
She's thinking about joining the military, and the recruiter is telling her, and her idea is she's going to, well, being on active duty, find a program that works for me, or go to officer school after I graduate. But let me tell you what. There's 2 things you want to do, and neither one of those are going to happen. One, you're not going to go find a program later on, because that sounds like they're selling you on the idea of being a fucking deck seaman. It's what it sounds like. And that must mean
Unrated.
that this
Or the
individual
Senator
took
Corman
took
school.
took an ASVAB, I'm assuming already, and has done so poorly that the recruiter is obviously thinking about putting them into.
I think
That-
sorry to cut you off, but I think by
Oh, no.
finding a program later on, I took it as she's gonna join the Navy and find like a school
Base
system
21.
that's gonna work with
Oh,
her.
Oh, school.
Okay,
her
I was
active
reading it
duty.
like a civilian not understanding what we call things in the Navy and everything, and a program would be like the job that you'd be working. Okay.
Yeah, no.
Okay. And also while you're doing all this, you're definitely not going to online classes. So cut the shit, recruiter, and quit lying to them and tell them they're going to be able to do all this stuff. But
you could though if you wanted to, like if you were really focused.
Andy, dude,
Thank
I'm
you,
not saying
Joe.
I understand that you could
It's
do this
possible.
stuff.
Not as a corpsman.
You
I don't think
could you could join the Navy and never go out to sea.
Yeah.
You could
mean,
also
this
be a
stuff is-
corpsman and be assigned to a bunch of fucking Marines.
I think the student loans
You
are
know,
just
and we-
adding
we-
up.
we
They're
know
looking at the
those-
student loans
we
board.
We
deal,
know
and
the
they're
people that like were very serious about stuff, that like got up at 5 a.m. and worked out super duper hard, that cracked into tech manuals. You can do all that stuff.
If
This person
the
that
fuck
uses the
does?
wrong
I can name like
words
3
in her
people
Reddit
that did
post.
that took any of this shit serious.
if this
Or
woman
serious to a degree that
if this
And they're
woman
all
was
admirals.
serious, she wouldn't have created this post in the first place.
Yeah,
You know?
100%.
no,
I would say-
you could do all this stuff, but you're not.
I would suggest the reserves for this
Reserves
person.
go
Oh,
officer.
so would I.
Get your
Yeah,
commission.
I mean, absolutely.
Easier
Like
than
as
trying to do.
I think that and then the transition to go reserve to active is got to be what, like a stamp.
Right?
You put it in on Monday, by Wednesday you're like, walking across the quarterdeck. Yeah, if they want a fucking corpsman on some ship somewhere, fuck yeah, I'm sure they'll get you on active duty real quick.
Well, what were you saying, Drew?
I was just saying, like, like do the reserves, go officer. I mean, it's gonna set you up better for your future. As much as we love being enlisted, I mean, this is you're a nursing student, like you're gonna get like much more return after you get out being an officer.
Yeah.
Just do that.
But I would have completely blown by this post until I saw that my recruiter told me. I was like, God damn it. Fuck
Yeah.
that recruiter.
Yeah, I mean you use the Navy College Fund to repay your nursing school loans and everything. So yeah, do it.
Sorry, gentlemen, I'm just updating the categories because
Yeah.
Josh will not give a fuck
Mhm.
and pick something we already discussed.
I see why you labeled that "Don't trust anyone"
Yeah.
now, for sure.
Mhm.
Josh, you want to pick the next category?
Wait, let's see here. Oh, let's do duty blues.
One of our favorite subjects.
Always on duty.
Let me see if I remember the context of this.
Mm-hmm. Oh, sweet. It's short. Thank goodness. All right. So this was titled Standing Duty While TAD in the Navy. So Temporary Active Duty is what TAD stands for. It says, my current ship is trying to make me stand duty on the weekend while on high risk TAD orders. It is allowed. It is that allowed at all? I find it hard to believe they can just force me to do something like that when it states I'm not supposed to stand duty at all during this time.
So for context, and I looked into it, in this specific situation, high risk TAD orders is SRS school, which is
Like search and rescue swim.
security reaction force.
Oh, okay.
So these are the guys on the ship that if there's like a scenario that requires you to respond with like lethal action, guys with guns.
Yeah, WX stuff. Yeah.
So these guys are trained to respond to stop the threat. You guys tracking?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah.
those are high risk TAD orders. So for example, the ship may be going on deployment and they need a SRF team, a security reaction force team, and they don't have enough guys trained on them, so they're gonna send them TAD order to the SRF school so that they could fulfill a requirement to get enough manning so that they could build a security reaction force team. So this guy is saying, I'm in this super important school, TAD, but the ship wants me to come back while I'm at training to stand duty.
Yeah. All right.
Where you? How do you guys feel about this?
So I know, like, yeah, you would have schools or, you know, whatever, various evolutions in some manner where they want you to go in every day like fresh, so they don't want you to have like a night watch or anything like that. So like whether
Yeah.
it was firefighting school or say it's a weapons training school, like if you're going to the range or whatever, they want you to have a full 8 hours so you're fully aware of everything you're doing and safe when handling
Alert.
weapons
Yeah.
and everything. So like you could still stand duty. I could have like the 16 to 20 watch, or 18 to 22, whatever,
Yeah.
I could have watches that take me up to taps as long as I'm not like overnight.
Yeah.
Missing out on sleep, then I'm good. Like you can still stand duty, you'd still come in and do that or whatever. But yeah, I'm not gonna have overnight watch, and you can say that, hey, I can stand duty, but you have to adjust that watch bill around me having no overnight watch because I have to be fully rested for this class. So it's kind of yes, they can make you do that, but there are restrictions and
Yeah.
things that the command is also supposed to adhere to, given that you're on that orders for the class.
How do you guys feel about it? Because I'm kind of torn right now.
Oh, I think it's I went to a couple of the schools for this stuff, as I'm sure a lot of us did.
Yeah.
And like I think that like it's really shitty if they try and make you stand watch and like duty at the same time because well one you're somewhere else, like you're learning something, right?
Yeah.
So like you can't, you're not going to be on the ship for the most part, right? For a lot of these schools, you're going to be out of sometimes not even in Norfolk. Some of the stuff was in different like cities around Virginia that you had to
Blackwater
drive
or
to.
whatever.
Yeah, right. And so like I think it's shitty if they make you stand watch. It's just like a dickhead move on their part. You should definitely not be standing watch, especially if it's something important like that. I mean,
Yeah.
you're like physically and mentally exerting yourself. Like you need your sleep. You need to like pay attention to what you're doing. So yeah, I think it's fucked up. They shouldn't make that person stand duty.
Think anybody wearing khakis would come back to the ship?
Yeah,
Serious question.
right.
Yeah.
Right.
Fuck these motherfuckers will put internet in and not tell anybody and lie about it. Put an extra fucking satellite dish on the yard arm.
Well, wasn't they put an extra one up? They just stood up an extra SSID.
Thanks, Andy.
To be fair,
yeah, you're right. I was being a little facetious, but dude, I'll tell you this right now: the fucking first chance that a chief or something would get to fucking like dip off of a fucking duty day, or a first class that's really good pals with the chief to dip off on a duty day, they would take that shit in a heartbeat. If you're a third class, or maybe a younger second class, dude, yeah, they're fucking you. You're doing it. And
Right.
if they don't get
But
you,
like,
if you do weasel out of the 2 weeks or whatever for the school to like not stay on duty, prepare to get the long arm of a fucking duty whatever
You're
fucking dong because
you
you're
you
getting
skated
yeah.
or you got out. You got. I'm using quotes right here. You got out of duty for
yeah
2 weeks.
yeah,
Prepare to stand double watches for 4
and you're
weeks.
doing
Double
colors
watch it, colors. Yeah.
and like
And we're
anything
doing
else.
general quarters too.
Yeah, like the dude, yeah, it's such a fucking it is
And
such a shitty
this is
and
like
they'll give you the watch where like you do colors, then you do the mid watch, then you do the evening colors, and then you're gonna definitely stay in the middle of the night watch. That's happening. You're saluting like the people that come on board in the morning. And then you're going to morning
and
muster
then
and you're going to sweep water too. Believe that. Like
Yeah,
it's all eyes on you for like a month,
and
dude.
like and this is you wouldn't have like weird manning problem stuff if you just cut some of the bullshit out. That PRT scenario, the Chiefs getting in illegally putting in wire and not getting in trouble until big government comes in. Bringing people in off of leave to stand watch and oh man, like just be a fucking human and treat people like humans, and the Navy would be an amazing place to work.
But should
Yeah.
not. We're government property. That's part of the thing. Like
Give
signed over
authority
the
to
right.
weak people and they fucking abuse it,
Yeah.
because they have to show that they can. You have to do what they say.
It's just weird.
Yeah.
Where are we at? Back to Andy?
Is it?
Everything but beer days.
Yeah. All right. Let's go Scaredy Cat.
Yeah, boy.
Because despite what a lot of people think, and the company I keep, not a horror guy. So somehow I end up in all these fucking scenarios, and then like my buddy tried to say, "Dude, you're totally a horror guy. You've seen all these movies." Yeah, because I have friends like you. I learned it from you.
No, I don't want to be watching this garbage.
Just watch Slumber Party Massacre for the second time.
4 Slumber Party 4, the worst one of the whole series.
Sorry.
Oh shit.
Oh shit! Here we go.
All right. Also, let's shout out to Barista Bamboozler. That's a great name on Reddit.
Oh geez, what kind of drinks is this clown ordering?
It has Fireball 100%.
Yeah. Scared to get out, don't know which way to go. Fellow hatchet throwers, have a year and a half to my EAOS end of active obligated service. Yeah. I'm torn. I'm thankful for the opportunities the Navy has given me, the friends, the places I've been. Currently married. I want to be able to provide for my spouse and I. No question to ask. California is insanely expensive, and it's just going to keep going up. My heart isn't in it anymore. I want to be able to get a great job post separation and succeed. Not bagging groceries or flipping burgers. Any advice? Get out, leave California. You'll be fine. Problem solved. Problem staying solved. Like, unless you have some shitty job, like in the Navy, then you might have to stay in.
What I would do is look really heavily into your benefits that you've earned.
Yeah, start
You know,
pulling
college is your
bucks and
thing. Go ahead and do the college thing. They're going to pay for your housing. They're going to pay for your books. They're going to pay for your college.
Still
So,
use your the TA while you're in now. You have a year and a half. You can damn near get an associate's at least.
Yep.
I mean, that's the whole thing. Like, if you're lucky, if you're lucky and you have a good command, you'll go to tap twice, which is really what you should be able to do and what they should do for everybody. You go to tap twice. The first half of the course of 4 days, is, are you sure you want to get out? Look at what everything you're throwing away. The last 2 days, like, all right, so you're getting out. Here's what you need to actually do. Yeah, sure, they definitely try to scare you into staying. Like, hey, basically, you save the Navy a lot of money because we don't have to train some other schmuck to do whatever you did on the boat and everything else. And it's cheaper for us to move you to another duty station than it is to, invest a whole nother, thousands or hundreds of thousands of dollars to train them and move them around into the Navy to wherever you were going to go next. But at the end of the day, like, if you have a decent head on your shoulders and you know what you're doing, you get out, get a good job. It might start out a little tight, but you get out, you figure it out, you get going, you'll be fine.
So I picked this post because I've been thinking about, well, so I'm at the age where like my nephews and stuff, they're graduating high school and they're starting about thinking about their next steps. And I started asking, like, what if they asked me about joining the military? Like, what's the best advice I could give them? And then, I started thinking about my own journey. And I was like, I guess if I could tell people, because I'm always thinking about post Navy, right? You got to think about getting out. So I think, and I came down to two conclusions: is like, get a super technical job. And okay, maybe that's, it doesn't be that specific, but I guess what I want to say is learn how to work.
Yeah.
And if you get a super technical job, it's going to teach you how to work, because you're going to have to learn how to read SOPs and do maintenance and do all that stuff. And number two is make as much friends as you can while in the Navy. And that's going to help you post Navy, because I couldn't have made it to where I'm at without networking. All of my jobs that I've gotten that helped me propel me up is because I knew a guy, or I knew a guy that knew a guy. So I know this is kind of late for this individual because they're now getting out, but my advice for somebody new would be like, learn how to work and make a bunch of friends. And that should set you up for post Navy life.
As a matter of fact, that's just good advice in general.
Yeah.
It's only like that, there's like three things that you have to do in life to like really succeed, and like, one of them is find a job, keep a job. But the Navy, I think that, and I know I've said it before. If you got a mess of kids, don't get out of the Navy. If you've got 3 kids, you do not need to get out, unless of course you've got something lined up where you've got a great job. But if you were like a lot of people that just don't know what to do, brother, you got to stay in. You got to. You'll get killed out here. They'll kill you.
20 years ain't that long, man. 20 years ain't that long.
If you have 3 kids and you're 22 years old or something, man, brother, you have to stay in. Because you're gonna have a hard time. You can't go to college with all them kids. You have to do. But if you're just like a lot of other people, look, we've had people on this show that we've talked to. Trish, she I don't know if she still does it, but for a time she worked as a massage therapist. I don't know if she's still doing that or not. I mean, but like that's something like you can get a job, you can learn something, you can get out. It's okay. You don't have to like fucking like have it figured out immediately. Especially if you like were a lot of us that got out. I mean, Drew kind of had to have an idea. He was married, or he still is married. I'm sorry, but you had somebody else to think about. I didn't have anyone else to think about. Another friend of the show, Gray Baker. He told us about the jobs that he's done since his post-naval career. Worked at a brewery for a while, delivered some pizzas, had a great, legitimately, like kind of like, and he also was married with a child. So, I mean, like he figured it out.
And an ex-wife.
But you can, you can figure this stuff out. It's possible to figure it all out. You just kind of gotta, I don't know. Don't be afraid to get out of the Navy unless you have 3 kids.
Mm-hmm.
Good advice. Good advice.
I'm just saying. you'd be dumb to not live off that government teat as long as you can. If you
The
have
more dependents
multiple
you
kids,
have, the longer you need to stay in
you
the
know, I
military.
mean, it's just, I hate to say that being a, you know, the kind of human being that I am, but I mean, dude, live off the government teat as long as you can. Keep it going. You got to, because I mean, you're going to have a hell of a struggle. I mean, sometimes it was tough out here being a single dude, you know, trying to like, you know, live. You know, I can't imagine having like a bunch of fucking mouths to feed, you know, and still not knowing what you want to do with your life. But you know, I say, I said it before, man. Get out. You're not special. Everybody's fucking like, I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do all the time. We're
Yeah.
all like constantly worried about shit. Like, can I do this? Can I do that? I don't know what to do. Like,
Find
dude,
out.
you're not special. You're not the only one that's having these problems. Get off the fucking internet, dude, and just get out there and make the leap. And then, you know, I don't know, wind up working at Dick's Sporting Goods for way too long. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We got a personal experience there going on.
Drew, you got anything to say?
Yeah, thank you. So I mean, I happen to work a little bit in like education, and I specifically deal with veterans and their education benefits and stuff like that. So I would really recommend kind of like I think what Andy was saying, like do TA while you're in, and then look at all the benefit options that you have after you get out. Go to school, use your, you know, your post 9/11 GI Bill, get a degree in something, because statistically, um, veterans do not do the jobs that they did in the military when they get out. Very, very rare that that actually happens. You know, we say that it teaches us what we don't want to do. So, you know, it's very important to find and get an education in something that you want to do and use those benefits to get that education. Also, you need to look at your disability stuff. So if you do need to file for any disability ratings, do that as well. And the best way to do that is to look at your local government and your state benefits. Sometimes state benefits are better than the GI Bill for a short period of time, and it's worth like using those as well. I mean, the VA has tons of housing assistance. Um, you know, they're there to help you, but you just have to look and find that stuff. But you know, the most important thing that you can do is just like have a plan when you're getting out. Really just have an idea of like what you're going to do and what you want to do. Like just getting out without a plan, you're going to be lost, and that's not going to be you're not going to set yourself up for success. So, and I also would recommend joining a maybe a veterans group or some sort of group just to get like that camaraderie that you will miss from, you know, getting out of the military. Um, and you'll meet people that have been out for a long time, and they will like help you get in over that transition of that military life of being told what to do every hour of the day, every minute of the day, to being like a, you know, a self-sufficient civilian. So yeah, and you know, drink some beer with some friends.
Yeah. Chill
Didn't
out for
want
a
to be
little bit.
too serious. You know, smoke a little weed, grow a beard, you know, whatever.
Chill out for a little bit.
Yeah, definitely chill out for a little bit too.
Drew, you want to read this one real quick?
Sure. So we are doing looks like dog tags. So it says wear of identification tags. I'm wondering where I find the rules on the wear of dog tags in the Navy. Can I wear my dog tags in my boot like in the Army?
So, honestly, I just picked this one because I wanted to ask you guys, how come dog tags, well, this guy's a dork, but how come dog tags never caught on?
What do you mean? Let me get them.
In the
For the
Navy,
Navy?
at least.
Because we are in the water and they sink. So who
Yeah.
gives a shit about a dog
Yeah, you
tag?
would take off your boots perceivably if you go overboard because you want to
Yeah.
drop that weight. So if you put them on your boot, they're never going to find you or know who you were until they go by dental records. So Good
Yeah,
Like
you
dog.
know,
I never once. I've
And
never
you only
once,
got a set in boot camp, right?
I've never
And then
once thought about my dog tags.
I never
you-
wore them. I
No.
feel like I never wore them ever.
You wore them
Wore
at
'em.
boot camp, but you never wore them again. Like, and then you never could get reissued another pair if you lost those or something like that that I know of.
Good, I think.
I mean, when I think of my favorite action movies, like dog tags were an
Oh
awesome
yeah, I mean, no doubt.
accessory. But how come like we get a set? How come
Yeah.
I was just wondering like why did they never caught on?
And you
I
get
wore
two.
mine
You get
posted.
a pair, right? What's the second
Yeah.
one for? To put on your toe?
In your
They
mouth.
take
When
it
you-
and you die.
Yeah, they take it.
Yeah.
Oh, they actually
One
take
stays
it.
on you and one they take.
Oh man.
But again, we don't wear them because traditionally, if we die, we are dying out in sea, and we're.
I'm
our
just gonna
bodies
take your
are-
name tag. I ain't taking your dog tag.
I'll just remember
I'm just gonna
you.
rip your
you know?
name tag off.
Off the back of your pants.
I'll remember your. You'll be in my heart forever.
I had a stint when I post boot camp when I wore my tags and I bought the little silencer rubber.
Yeah, I had the
Oh, the
same-
rubber,
I
the
had
rubber,
silencers
little
too,
rubber
yeah.
things.
Yeah, I probably wore them for. I know it was a while after. Like I wore them kind of like a chain after boot camp. Like and then I didn't do it for. I still have my original pair in a box.
I have them.
Somewhere.
Yeah, I have
Still
mine.
have them.
I have them.
Um,
They just weren't an accessory that is
I also
like
had
if 12-year-old Adam were to get a set of his like official dog tags, like 12-year-old Adam would rock the shit out of the dog tags.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Never take them off.
I had my dad liked to go to air shows when I was a kid. So I had a pair of dog tags that we had gotten at an air show,
Yeah.
and it said Joe DeCaval, and then it had our address underneath it, which is Route 1, Box 144, and then the city and zip code.
Were you doing
And
like a
Dad was-
Johnny Dang thing or something?
Yeah, Johnny Dang, dude. No, it was just, I mean, like, I don't know. Dad was into like that whole like for a dude that never served. He had a fondness for the military stuff, but he always say like like, oh man, yeah, if you got this, we got the dog tags in case one of you kids is ever kidnapped and they find your body or something. Like not trying to scare us or anything. Like if the gypsies, we sold you to the gypsies.
What
and
if
then
Diddy gets you?
Yeah,
shit like that.
dog
And-
tags in,
And we didn't have a chain. We had like a little shoelace, like little necklace thing. And we were just kids. I mean, I was probably like 8 or 9, 10 maybe. And I
Right.
had a little shoelace necklace with a dog tag on it that I wore for, a fucking year or something. I thought it was cool. Not on the outside of my clothes. Outside chains weren't really a thing then. You keep your chain tucked in.
Just waiting on G to get back, but yeah. Like
should
that's
start
just
wearing
I
it
just
again.
saw that post, and besides thinking this guy was a huge dork for wanting to wear his dog tags, I was like, I wonder why dog tags never caught on.
Well, we were peacetime, service people, basically.
Well,
I guess if you're
you're thinking
captain-
about it logically. I'm thinking about it fucking like I swear to God, dog tags
Well-
were fucking cool when I was a kid as a cool accessory.
All right. What they
Fashion.
have
You
on
want
the dog
fashion
tag?
dog tags.
They had the blood type. Did they have your religion on there? Your religion on there too?
I
Yeah.
don't think so.
I think so. I think there
I think your
I think
religion
your-
was on there if
I
you
think-
wanted it on there.
Yeah, I think your religion was on there, and then of course your name and what else was on your
Social.
It
was
was
your
just-
social
Give me
on
some-
there?
It was just name, social, and blood type. I think I could go grab mine.
Yeah.
I have them readily available.
I think it would say if you were a Christian or if you were
If you
something
wanted, yeah.
else, I thought, but
Yeah. Well, you don't want some Viking funeral when you need to be buried in a I don't know what other
right.
religions would really
Let
have
me
a whole
read
lot of
this.
difference.
Let me read this last one.
please.
Thoughts on E6 over 20. What are people's thoughts on this type of sailor? I've been struggling with this lately. I'm due to retire at 23 years of service in about 2 years. I've have everything in my LADR. I'm not sure what that is. The whole qualifications is as at a leading chief petty officer level, and am at a challenging at sea billet. I'm trying to understand how I should feel about this. I extended, but the high-year tenure waiver in. I extended and put the. I don't know what he's trying to say here, but they put a high-year tenure waiver in because my family was happy with our location, and I promised my dad and my wife I'd give it the old college try to make chief. But I'm not. I'm just not seeing it happen. At the same time, I've reached out about a few jobs, and the answer was, "Give me a call when you make chief." And it seems like not making it is a huge failure of character and ability. I feel like I've let my family down and wasted my entire career because I can't get over this hump.
This is one of the saddest things I've ever read.
I
Seems like
want
there's a little bit more to the story, but
Golly, man. Like I actually like I don't know, man. Like
I want to say
imagine, you imagine being an E6 for 20 years?
I can, and I want to say this guy should absolutely be proud of his accomplishment. I think E6 should be one of the highly respected rates in the ranks in the Navy. You're probably doing the job
Of a chief.
of a chief. You have the respect of everybody because you're actually the true subject matter expert of your division. You're doing the work and you're leading men.
Yeah.
okay.
I agree.
All right.
And I also think that
I mean, I
really-
believe that because they said E5 was always the sweet place to be.
I would
Yeah.
like. It's a shame. It's a shame that you have to keep getting promoted in order to stay in the Navy, because that promotes shitbags staying in the Navy.
Yeah, yeah.
Imagine-
yeah.
I think an E5, a 20-year E5 is worth more than his weight than a
they used
fucking.
to have that, but then that was during.
That's why I say it's shameful that that's why I say it's shameful that you have to be promoted in order to stay in the Navy. I think a E5 at 20-year E5 is worth way more than a fucking a guy that could play the game to make chief.
Okay, where do you put like an 8 or 9 year like E4?
before mob.
I mean, I'm just saying, like, okay, look,
CM division, because that shit was hard back in the day.
I understand where you're coming from, you know, an
Right.
E5 being like really smart or whatever.
Here's okay.
How
Well,
the
let me
fuck
put
are
it
you?
to you.
Okay, how are you a good?
Let me put it
fit
this
for
way,
the
Joe.
Navy?
Let me put it this way: is that when you're a chief, it's more of a administrator, managerial type of role. That's all fine, but you only need a handful of managers. What
Right.
you need is seasoned experts,
Technicians, experts,
technicians
yeah,
that have
right.
been there and and that can work. That's why E5, E6 at 20 years is worth more than a chief that made it because he knew how to write an eval.
All right, so when do you say that like so and so's a lost cause? Or do you just say that there are no lost causes? Like you just stick
Well, is
around.
part
man,
of it
fuck
is it a popularity contest too, or not necessarily?
No, I'm just
I've never been
saying,
to that level.
like you know who I'm talking. You know who, like you know, I'm not talking about anyone specifically, but you know
Yeah,
the
yeah.
type of people I'm talking about that are absolutely terrible at the whole thing.
That's
From
why.
the Navy aspect to the job aspect to, I mean, they are just
All right.
not a good fit. But they are able to stick around. Now,
Then Phil, let me answer your question. Fill out the eval appropriately. Don't say there's not just
Oh,
six,
yeah,
there's not just
that's
6 EPs in the Navy. Sometimes
Okay.
there could be 15.
So you're
Sometimes there
so
could be 3.
so then you're arguing against the fact that that you know that when an E3 hits like their 7-year mark and they're about to be thrown in the Navy, that the Navy suddenly EPs them or meritoriously advance them to the next level, knowing that they should not be
Yeah.
at that level.
Yeah.
And that should be fucking gone
Yeah.
out of here.
Yeah.
All right. And so you're saying a guy that gets good evals and just doesn't fucking perform.
Or what if he doesn't want to be a manager?
Well, he just stops taking the fucking Chiefs exam.
Well, some people don't want to be managers, like,
So
and they just want to be technicians.
Okay. All right. I mean,
Like, wouldn't you rather have that dude working for you than some guy than being like, hey, you either become a manager or you get the fuck out.
I know where I understand why you're saying it that way, but when you are saying it that way, like you're opening the door for people to be garbage.
How
and by
though?
garbage, I mean like government jobs
because
love to keep people that are terrible at them forever. We know that. We know that's a fact. We've been to the driving. We've seen people that are career military or government employees. We know who they are.
Yeah.
Like you can go to any place and you can see them. You're just like, dude, this motherfucker is an idiot. They have a badge on since they've been there for 15 fucking years. Okay, now are we allowing them to stay in just because we want to make sure we keep those random E5s that just don't want to make E6 for some ungodly reason. They don't want the money or the responsibility, but they just stay that way.
That's why I have to revert to you. Treat the eval seriously.
Yeah.
Well, here's the thing. Like, yeah, you could be that E5, E6 that really likes being a technician, that really likes being hands-on with the gear. But here's the thing. When they hit that, higher tenure, the 20-year mark, whatever it's going to be based on your rate, and you get out, guess what? Now we don't have that resource anymore. The idea is like you are, if you're so good at what you do, the idea is we move you up into manager, and administrative type roles and stuff, and you teach the next generation of sailors, and then we, get everybody else. We have more people at your level of knowledge and expertise because they've learned from you that, you've trained people and under your, tutelage and whatever else, passing on that knowledge. Like, we have a more ready fleet and everything else to better maintain the greater Navy. And that's the idea. Like, yeah, sure, it's important or it's valuable. Yeah, there's nothing wrong with, you did 20 years, you made it to E6, you didn't make it to chief, or this is that year, depending on when that was posted and, the cycle. I'm figuring if he didn't make it this year and he already had his tenure waiver, he's probably getting out. But if he's good till next year, that'll probably that's like the scenario. It's like, remember Seiler, he was like, what, 18, 19 years, BM1. He didn't think he was going to make it, and that's when he made chief. You kind of there's so often that you see those people that are about to get out. They're 20-year E6 and 18, 19-year E6 about to retire, picked up chief. Conrad, I think, picked up chief like pretty late. Like he picked it up few years
so
before
he was very late. His chief.
So I mean, like, you have those times where the Navy kind of throws that carrot at you, like, you know what, this time he'll get it. We'll see if we get 4 more years out of him instead of the 2 or the year or whatever that we had left. We would have.
I feel like that. I feel like that's what a lot of guys have. That like, yeah, I'm getting out. Year 17, man. Just get on with it. I've been at fucking E6 for 6 years, and then suddenly it's like, oh yeah, the only early promote in the whole Navy went to like, really? Okay, I guess.
Yeah.
All right, get that motherfucker chief then.
So I mean, it's there.
And I'll tell you what, I like that grizzled old first class.
Yeah.
Seiler was fucking rad as a first class. He was cool as a chief too, though.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think that, I feel bad for this dude because he feels like bad about his service and like that he
feels cheated,
failed
too.
at it, you know, like, and I think that people really shouldn't feel that way like about their service regardless of like what they did in the service. You know, some people feel like they didn't serve like correctly because they were never in combat or whatever shit like that, like I think that's all like terrible that we put those expectations on ourselves, like be grateful, be thankful that you were able to do what you did. I would argue, kind of like we've all kind of talked about, that the E6s are kind of the leaders, like they lead the division. Your chief is the one who's like, giving the shitty orders to the E6 or your LPO to dish out to everyone, and they're the ones that have to face the people, and they're the ones that really have to like hear about the shit, so congratulations on this dude being an E6 and like fucking retiring and all that cool stuff. So yeah, I don't like when people think that their service was a mistake because they didn't do what other people's expectations like set for them. It's stupid.
Absolutely. And that's what when I had said this, that was the saddest thing I'd ever heard when Adam Fisher, and like it's sad because this dude has spent 20 years, 21 years, is looking at 23 years or whatever, and it's like, have I failed? Have I failed my family? Have I failed my father-in-law, my dad? All the like, dude, it's like, dude, that's heavy. That's a heavy fucking, thought to be having. And don't post the shit on the internet, number one. Stop fucking doing that stuff. Dude, internalize that shit.
Internalize that shit.
You push it down, you pity your stomach, and you just move on with life.
Push it down with some brown.
But I mean, like that's a really heavy conversation that, and maybe, I feel bad like shitting on this guy. I can't shit on him. I mean, you should definitely don't be ashamed of any of the shit that you did, man. We like to fuck around and say shit about like, the SKs didn't open the store up or something, some bull, at the end of the day, dude, everybody's job is maybe not equally as important, but they all are important. They all are a major cog into a machine
all
that is
a piece of the
bigger,
puzzle.
that is way bigger than we are.
Right.
Whether you're, making omelets or, you're putting out fucking fires. I mean, it all serves a purpose, a big ass machine. You're just a tiny cog in it, Yeah. Don't be ashamed of that, because there's a lot of people that didn't do any of that shit. You signed your name on the line. And this motherfucker did for 21 years as a fucking regular old blue shirt.
I did it for 6 fucking shit.
Oof.
20 years with a family. Fuck, dude, that's more. That's crazy to me.
And keep in mind, like I bet this post was like the type of post that he wants to get the type of response that he got out of me. Like this may be a professional fucking, pity party guy, because I mean, like I said, I feel bad about I feel bad this guy feels like this, but I mean, like he may, be a professional fucking poster that just, garners, like he gets his rocks off on this type of attention. So I don't know the Navy side of the story. Has this motherfucker been to DRB like 10 times?
I mean, that he's a badass. Then he's got the people.
Is he a first class because when he was a first class the first time, he got busted into third class?
They waived a higher tenure, so he's got to be straight.
They probably believed in him some, yeah. So I mean,
all right,
sure
so
okay.
So you just don't think that they're lazy as fuck and they're looking at retention numbers and like, fuck, man, we really need a first class to stick around and do this shit?
Nah,
not likely.
Oh, okay. Okay, all right, man. Hey, dude.
It's very Navy to do that.
Yeah.
Who you think? Get this guy to stick around.
That's it.
Keep cleaning P-ways.
I didn't think we'd go through all of them, but I was super engaged in the conversation, and I hadn't talked to you guys in a minute. But yeah, that was a fun episode.
Oh yeah.
If you have any opinions for those of you listening, reach out to us at.
Keep them to yourself.
Push him down.
Fucking ask you, man.
Reach out to us at seastoriespod@gmail.com, seastoriespod@gmail.com. Let's just get into some beer reviews, and we'll see how we feel after that. I'll kick it off again. Once again, I'm drinking from Sea Pine Brewing out of Seattle, Washington. Where's my camera? The Hefeweizen, 5.3% ABV, and it says here brewed with German wheat and Pilsner malts. Straw colored with aromas of banana and clove, and I do find hints of that. I'm gonna admit, when I first tried it, it wasn't what I was expecting. But I felt like three distinct flavor profiles. Like the first sip was kind of bitter and like watered down, and then I felt like the banana. I could feel that banana, and then the rest of the like the wheat feeling you'd find in typical Hefeweizens. But like I said, that first sip I was not a big fan of. But once you get past that, it's a fine beer. So with all that being said, I'm gonna give this just a regular 3.0 beer. If we were together, I wouldn't bring it to one of your guys' party. I wouldn't really recommend it. I think there's a lot of better hefs out there. That's why, but it's a fine beer. But so that's why I'm giving it a 3.0. Andy, remind everybody what you're drinking and give us your rating and review.
Yes, I was drinking the Tucker Dunkel's Hefeweizen. Again from Germany, the oldest brewery in Nuremberg, and this is a fucking delicious beer.
Oh wow!
Holy shit! Like, I wish I would have finished it sooner because I would have had a second one. This is a 4.5. Like, oh, maybe a 5, but like, it's really fucking good. Like, no bullshit. Yeah. I mean, who would have thought a German Hefeweizen? They fucking knocked it out of the park. Get this beer. Yeah, it's 5.2% ABV. Yeah. Pint can. I got 3 more to enjoy.
Nice.
And yeah, I'm gonna.
Drew,
I guess Josh or Drew.
Drew
I know
said.
we went. Yeah, go.
I'll go. I'll go.
Sorry,
before
my OCD has to keep it in alphabetical order.
Perfect.
It's
Fine
okay.
with the way you announced it when we started.
Yeah. No, I see what you're doing, but you had a slight hesitation, so I like to jump in when just to keep the silence to a minimum. So I just went with Drew. But anyways.
Thank you. It also keeps my anxiety down because then I'm waiting for my my turn and I don't know when it will be. But anyway, I drank Zittauer Burger Brow. Check out that dude on my can. You know it's a fucking good beer. That dude, just carrying that barrel of beer. So this is obviously a Hefeweizen from Germany. This is made in Germany, a real Saxon beer. It is also on the label says it was brewed according to the law of purity.
Yeah, mine too.
1516. So this shit is like traditional Hefeweizen Dunkel German beer. I'm a closet Hefeweizen fan. So I guess I'm out of the closet for that now. But I've loved Hefeweizens. Bavarian like Hefeweizens are like one of my secret like loves. The only problem is I feel like if I drink more than 3, I get a headache. So I'm old. But anyway, this beer is a 5.2. And it is delicious. It has all the the notes that you want in a hefeweizen. You get the banana, the bitterness, the wheat, and then you have the dunkel also, which is kind of that like caramelized wheat in there too. So it has that
Dunkel.
darker I don't know, color. There you go. That's a word. This beer is great. If I was to take this to anyone who likes Hefeweizen, I feel like they would really enjoy this as well. I'm gonna go a 4.5. It's great. I bought 3 of them. I drank 2 of them, and I wish I bought like 3 more, to be honest. Great beer. Definitely go out and get it. Go out, just look for these classic like beers, man. They're great.
How much
Anyway.
are they running? How much are they running?
This one can was like $3.20.
That's not terrible, I guess.
Yeah, it's not bad. Not bad. And
Four
it's
for $12.
imported from Germany.
It's about average.
Awesome. Great beer. Joe, let's hear your review.
All right, brothers. Like I said, I was doing the Hofbrau, their Hefeweizen, and I just want to point out, like, this is some solid.
Sorry.
This is some solid advertising, and you know, like we're not asking for much here, folks.
A little bit of cleavage.
You know,
Take
I mean,
Lodge.
like, dude, I like looking at good-looking girls having a good time drinking a decent beer.
Should be
Sue me.
blonde hair, blue
Sue
eyed
me.
Germans.
You know, it just, I don't know, man. It just, I like that. You know, I didn't buy it because of the ladies, but I just did notice that, like, you know, that shit, that doesn't fucking fly anymore, man. And this was also imported from Munich, Germany, and it is a 5.1% alcohol, and these bottles are only 11.2 ounces. So they're a little smaller. They're the same size of a beer, I feel, but they're skinnier. You can feel the difference when you grab it. I don't know if you guys are also having that. I guess Drew's drinking out of a can, but like Drew said, Hefeweizens are I'm a fan of it. I guess I don't drink them a whole lot because they're only good. I think they're at their peak right around nowish. Like the windows are open in Kansas, the winds are chilly. You know, it's great sleeping weather with just like a sheet on. It's fantastic stuff, and it's really a whole season thing. I think when you really get into some of these Oktoberfest beers or Hefeweizens, you know.
Hefeweizen.
With that being said, I mean, like, this is a really good one. I like that maltiness. I like the way they smell. You know, it's 4.5. 4.5. 4.5 for the Hofbrau Hefeweizen. And apparently Hofbrau is also like this monster fucking house that they do crazy shit at. Not like Diddy's house crazy shit. This is more like Oktoberfest crazy shit. I guess people are like, you know, well, we're with the girls are holding like 25 beers at a time. Also, I will put this out there. If anybody wants to go to like a real maybe not real like going to Germany Oktoberfest, but like, you know, go to like a city or something and experience their Oktoberfest because they have a large, like, real authentic German population. I would definitely be like down to make a road trip to go do that. I know there's a couple in Missouri because there's big German, like, people stopped there back in the day. You know how it
We got
goes.
some Germans down here in Texas, man.
I'll go if you pronounce it Missouri.
Bronzels, yeah.
Missouri.
Missouri.
But no, I have an interest of doing that, like, you know, going to like some like small town or big town, big city
You
or
just
whatever.
want
Like,
some schnitzel, don't you? You just
oh,
want some
dude,
schnitzel.
I fucking love sausage, dude. And it said that this beer here, this Hefeweizen, pairs great with a white sausage. And I mean, I know I
got
love
a white
all
sausage
sausages
for you.
You're horrifying. But yes. So if anybody, you know, wants to go do that at any point in time or wants to come to my neck of the woods and go to one around here, let me know, man. I'd be totally interested in getting it. Maybe it's probably too late to plan something this year, but like next year, I'd be definitely all ears.
I would like to know if a random stranger would like to hang out with Joe. Just email us at
Email us and let us know which one it is, and I'll show up there.
Josh.
Oh man. Well, I was too scared to buy anything from overseas because I was afraid I wouldn't be able to pronounce the name. So I stuck with the Texas beer in the local brewery. And they make a bombshell blonde beer, but this is the bombshell hefeweizen. So I imagine it's somewhat similar to that, but it's excellent. I really enjoyed it. I'm not a big wheat fan. I usually stay away from those type of beers, but this is just really good. I don't know. It says it's got a bready finish, which I'm not sure. It does have a lot of undertones of banana. Not sure much of the clove. But one side note, this is the most popular style of beer in southern Germany. So, man, I don't know. I'm just gonna give it a 4.0.
Nice. Yeah, man. I was like pouring out my heart and soul to Hess by saying it owns a special place in my heart, and Drew's over here saying he's a closet F. Like I should be ashamed. Like, fuck you, Drew.
I think I should be ashamed.
Hide it.
I think there's a big difference too between a hefeweizen versus like a wheat beer or a wheat beer, you know. So people they think like Blue Moon is like it's not like a hefeweizen.
Yeah.
So
So I was like, I could have got Blue Moon, but I was like, I want a hefeweizen, like a real one. Like,
Yeah,
exactly.
That works
like,
in a pinch, but
I actually spent like a good I don't know 7 or 8 minutes perusing the liquor store, like specifically choosing the right one. You know, like I didn't want to choose some nonsense version.
Honestly, like, you know, for however long we've been doing this podcast, like 3 years or whatever, every time we were just choosing beers, I would always bypass the Hess because I just wanted to get something different. And this time, Andy, I was going through Total Wine, and it was just all IPAs in there.
I know, right?
It was weird.
Same.
It's a damn disease.
I'm not complaining because I fucking love IPAs.
Yeah, you hipster.
Oh yeah, dude. I got two. I gotta show you these cans, dude.
Oh, there's a brewery did a collab with Deftones, and they had a IPA. The can was sick, but I didn't feel today. I didn't feel like spending $30 for 2 4-packs.
Holy shit!
I would buy a single can just for the can art because I'm sure it looks.
Don't open it. Just keep the can.
Yeah,
dude.
I might go back and
put it on the shelf. You saw my Chuck Liddell UFC Mickeys.
Thank you guys. This has been an awesome show. Very entertaining. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, reach out to us at seastoriespod@gmail.com. We'd love to hear from you. Shit, we'd like to have you on as a guest. Say goodnight, everybody. I'm ready to end this shit show.
Good night.